All right, and we're live eventually. 5 minutes late. Some audio issues offline. David, say hello. See what your voice is saying.
Hello. Been saying hello for like the last 10 fucking minutes trying to get this shit to work.
Yeah, Matt, let us know if the audio is all right. If you can handle it. Ears here. He's saying hashtag fuck Putin, which I think we can all echo that sentiment.
I hope your ears are better than your eyes, Matt, because otherwise it'd be a long one.
Yeah, I mean, I might just have to take a bit of the lead on it today, but yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. You're coming through, so that's the main thing.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Anyway, I think it'll be a bit of a shorter show tonight. You've got Paul, is it?
Yeah, I got Paul playing against the old man tonight, against his team. Big rivalry.
Huge. You reckon you'll actually? Can you manipulate it so that you actually play against each other? You can, can't you?
Yeah, it can do actually, because we're the away team, so they'll put their names down first, and then we choose who we want to match up against. So yeah.
Would you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played in 2 years.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it might be a chance of a huge victory for the junior.
I wish it was live streamed. Although, unfortunately for you, I guess you're missing the Premier League darts tonight, which I'm very much centered around that. Actually, I'm looking forward to that.
I think Greg's playing, so maybe I can get him to live stream the.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see the Davis rivalry. Sure. But yeah, I'll give you updates on the darts as the night goes on. Hopefully, you might be able to catch a final or something. Yeah. All right, but yeah, let's get into it. Do you want to share your screen? Yeah. Let's see how long it takes. It might. Yeah, there's not probably quite as much to go through as there was last week after the bonanza points week that we had. Let's have a gander. All right, cool. So another strong week for me in the end. Yeah, I was pretty happy. I was looking around. I think, yes, the gap is closing, man. Yeah, Matt saying David sounds like he's slightly underwater. I mean, it's not too bad. Slightly underwater. Submarine Davis.
Submarine setting.
But yeah, so yeah, man, crazy that there's only 2 matches in it. I think I've won the last 2 or something, so I've fought my way back.
You were 7 behind at one point. So
7?
Yeah.
Was I?
I think so. Yeah.
That is nuts. I'm not actually. Well, yeah. Well, we worked out yesterday. What I think you must have been about. Well, I'm 100 points behind you at the moment, and since the Foxes and Fantasy League head-to-head league was created in the 1st of Jan, I'm actually winning that league in terms of, well, both in terms of head-to-head, but also points. Yeah. So that I've got the most amount of points since Jan in that league, and I think versus you, I think I've gained 75, but I'm still 100 behind. So I must have literally been about 180 points behind you at one stage.
Yeah, so I mean, if you keep that form up and you're only 100 behind me, you could
but I need to caveat it in that I've used a lot of specials in that time. I used like free hit and then triple captain and then another free hit. So I suppose it's kind of expected. I've used so many chips, but still, it's positive. And I think my score this week of 58 was quite high compared to the averages. And you took a -8 as well, didn't you? Which obviously didn't help.
Standard.
So yeah, I won't dwell on it too long, but no, I had a strong performance across the board actually. So like Madders coming on as a sub yesterday and scoring that goal, or on Tuesday, whenever it was, scoring that goal, that was huge. The Man City clean sheet, and Foden. Did Foden score?
He scored, yeah.
Yeah, so that was prime. Son obviously scored. That was ideal. Antonio got an assist. And Manu got a clean sheet, so De Gea.
You would have had it for sure as well, but he obviously only came on for a point.
Yeah, so my only gripes really with this week, the only things that could have gone better was Shaw not starting, and Matt. Obviously, Matt had Dallo, who also didn't start, but in Matt's case, Dallo didn't come on, so he had, I can't remember who was on his bench, but someone with points came on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, Shaw came on for a 1 because Luke Thomas did actually get a clean sheet. It's been a nice little differential as well, because I think he's picked by like 0.5% of people.
Leicester fans, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, not surprising. We've been conceding 2 every game, but so Shaw not starting was annoying, and then the other one was obviously Ronaldo captain. I didn't watch the game home to Watford, but I gather that he had a couple of chances as well. Or
Yeah, I think him and Bruno had some chances by the sounds of it. Yeah.
I think one of Bruno's chances was a Ronaldo assist as well, one of his better chances.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think I'm just that was more unlucky than although I was weighing up captain and Son. I think I said it on last week's show, and I think the only person I've seen captain Son was Billy, and
Reece as well.
so that cost me 7 points, an additional 7 points, and then obviously Luke Shaw not starting, but apart from that, it was all good. The Broha transfer didn't work out, but I brought him in for Daka, who did nothing, and obviously Southampton have got the double this week, so still worth doing. It was still worth doing. But yeah, that's it really for my team.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll just do mine quickly. Everyone was in the same boat, I think, with captain choices this week because a lot of people went for Weghorst after his performance last week. But 2 games they dominated 6 points, so that was poor. Got off to a flyer with Walker Peters, got a clean sheet and 3 bonus, so that was a good start. Obviously, I Cancelo. Same as you, De Gea, clean sheet. Pogba didn't do anything against Watford, so same as you with Ronaldo, really. Brought Ward-Prowse in, but again, like you said, we've got a double next week. So not the end of the world, but he didn't do much. Bowen, West Ham are just looking a bit shit. Not too sure about how long he's going to be staying in my team.
I was thinking that myself because he's so highly selected now, and it sort of feels like that little burst of form. It feels like I was literally thinking the other day, has that come to an end now? And is it the right time to jump ship before everyone else does?
They haven't got a double either, so whereas a lot of other teams obviously have. So weighing up whether like an additional -4 is worth it. A double probably will be if the players going to play both games. As long as they play both games, you'll match up. So
it'll
be worth it.
Paj is saying evening, Paj. Good to have you here. Weghorst, why did he get a booking in one game?
I think he got booking in both. Wait, hang on, let's go.
He must have got a 2 and a 1, I guess.
2 and a 1. So he got a booking against you boys. He did have a goal ruled out for offside in the.
I saw that. I mean, I was so close.
Yeah.
When I only saw the highlights yesterday, when it looked onside to me, but then and even one of those when they froze it, I was like, he looks onside, but then they show the angle with the line, and it was like his toes were off. Which was I was.
It was a bit annoying because I brought Tarkovsky in with the same school of thought with the other boys in that you play both games and get 4 points no matter what. But you got 2 yellows across the 2 games, which is why he only got 2 points. So a lot of people have Ben me though, and he went off injured. So again, that didn't matter too much. And the same. A lot of people had. I don't think anyone. If you had Son captain, that was probably the best choice.
I don't think captain really worked out for anyone this week, other than like I say, Billy. I saw Billy had Son. I saw a couple of people had Bruno. But I think Cancelo would have been another decent one maybe. But last time I captained Cancelo, I got stung. So
head to head.
No, let's have a look at the league. Let's have a look at the league. So Billy was the highest scorer, joint with Neil actually, which I don't know how that's happened. But Billy, like I say, Billy captained Son, so that was why his worked out. Paj, as he's watching, click on his team because I noticed that Paj played his free hit. I don't know if you saw that. So
you got me, but you did have Pope who got some saves at least.
Pope made some unbelievable saves against
Yeah.
us. Yeah. I feel like keepers sometimes they don't get rewarded enough because they they can have a blinding game, but if they concede one, they ain't going to get any bonus, and they've lost their clean sheet. So
Yeah.
you don't really get the reward for like a really good performance.
Yeah, it's all or nothing with keeps, really, isn't it? I
Yeah,
mean, if Burnley has won and you made all those saves, then yeah, you're looking at bonus points.
I did think that Burnley as a double. The thing was, I think the week before influenced some people as well because they had such a good week the week before. Wegger scored, their defenders scored big, so it was the temptation to play their double went up significantly. Whereas
Yeah.
actually, I did think that. Well, I more hope than expectation, but it was a bit risky going for the Burnley double because they were playing Leicester, which is a tough game, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it didn't work out in the end. But I suppose from Paj's perspective, he's still got a decent score this week, and I guess he would have had 3 Liverpool players, so maybe the free hit was sort of the only way, well, the best way to go.
My thinking was that with I think you and Palace have the worst record for conceding from set pieces.
Yeah.
But I think Burnley only had one corner against you, so that didn't really work out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They did have one big chance from a corner at the back post,
Yeah.
which someone blazed over. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, I think Leicester now, at least we stopped doing this fucking half zonal, half block thing that just doesn't work. We've gone back to a bit more of a kind of man marking job now, I think. And I think it does seem to have helped a bit in terms of conceding from set pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad free hit though. Son, Kane, City
Yeah, no,
boys.
it's still like a pretty strong score for the week. So yeah, yeah, not bad. Dom 53. I can't believe how close I am to him considering how far I was away just a few weeks ago. But yeah, it's still a strong week. Yes, he captained De Bruyne, which didn't work out either. It was just one of those weeks where the captain choice just didn't really do much.
He didn't have many doubles either, did he? So he did well to get 53 to be fair.
Yeah, and well, he didn't. He didn't have any, and Madders is really on form at the minute, man. I know he didn't start, but he scored 2 in the Europa Conference League in the week before, both outside the box. He scored the Burnley goal was outside the box. Do you know what I really like about Madders? I know that we were talking about it last week, and he blows hot and cold, and there's I think there's still debate around his quality, but I saw a stat that he didn't basically contribute any goals or assists in the first 11 games of the season, and yet actually he's one of the highest scoring English midfielders in the Prem. And all of his points have come in since game week 11.
Yeah.
But he scores what I was going to say, what I really like about him is he's equally strong on his left as he is on his right.
That was a quality finish, man.
Yeah, like he's done it a few times. He can ping his left foot up front, like almost just as well. So, I think, especially with us still having games to catch up, he is the one. But also Barnes looked good, and I know I was saying about him, he got an assist and he looked good. And then obviously Vardy coming back and getting a goal and an assist off the bench. I think Vardy is he's on my list now to bring in the next few weeks for sure. Cresswell has been doing really well for Dom.
Yeah.
Since he come back from injury, and now that Kufau is injured, and then I was thinking for West Ham, they've got the cheap option as well. What's his name? Johnson,
yeah.
So if you wanted to get a cheap West Ham defender, he's now playing at right back, and I think Kufau's got a hernia, so probably going to be out for a few weeks.
Yeah.
The disaster performance of the week, I'm sorry to say, was Matthew. Because
high as last week.
Yeah, what was the minus? Minus 12, and a score of 45, and I guess Burnley didn't really work out, but I think it started so well as well, didn't it? Because he put in Adams. Everyone went for Borja. He went for Che Adams. Che Adams actually scored, so it started prime, but it was all a bit downhill after that. And Digne is the one who came on for him because Dallo didn't start. So if he was I hesitate to say lucky, although he would if the shoe was on the other foot. But he did get a bit lucky that Dallo didn't come on there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a few doublers next week. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I think is about the average. I think we both said we've got about 4 at the moment. So, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't play his wild card if he's going to do 12 points in transfers. But obviously, he's got some plans for later on, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, he's not loving that. He's not loving my analysis of his team there. But the old back and forth between me and him overtaking each other constantly it continues, and now I'm 11 points up. I think I turned around so I've beaten by 13 plus or minus 12, 25 point swing in a week, so I'll take that.
Have a look at the head to head.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, because I suppose there's quite a lot to talk about in terms of next week's game week, so we probably want to focus on that. Me and you and the head to head as well. So prime week for me, and they like Purnell got another win. He's doing really well. Glenn,
right, 33. What was he up to?
I wonder whether Rye's taken his eye off the ball a bit because he's having a shocker in this league.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe he's half stopped, and also the same with Smebi, Chisamebi, who got dicked by Glenn. I had him the week before. I think he's not playing basically. So if whoever comes up against him should have 3 points in the bag.
Greg with 1 point defeat to Daniel Teal.
Yeah, that's harsh. That is harsh. Matt with a loss there, and then Kev Martin, who got off to a flyer. That was a big game in the context of the league against the American Fox, who took a win. Just looking at it. So it's weird because there's 5 of us on 6 wins.
Yeah.
Which that can't continue for long because we must all be playing each other pretty soon.
So I've got more points than this guy. But he's won 6 and only lost 1, whereas I've won 3 and lost 4.
Yeah, I mean Matt's got 200 more points than Daniel Teal.
Oh God!
And is behind him. How is that possible? I actually don't know how that's possible.
I thought I was going to be right down the bottom. So mid-table, I'll take
that. Yeah. Like I say, I feel like those 1 and 6s, they're either extremely unlucky or aren't playing. It's hard to tell. Matt saying Barry did his transfers last week. I mean, that is low. That is low. Blaming the cat. I thought Cat's lives matter, mate. But this is where I saw that obviously my score of 5-8 in the last 7 game weeks is top, and it shows good contact for me that since the turn of the year I've been right up there, I think. I'm up to 280,000 now, I think, overall. Slowly rising. But how many game weeks are there left now?
So this game week 28 coming up, so 10 left.
10 or 11. I always forget if
11, yeah.
11.
Yeah.
Zach then don't be too proud. I think I'm allowed to be, do you know what I mean? I'm top, so and I need to take any win that I can get at the moment because the first half of the season was shocking. I think I was only 3.5 million after 8 game weeks or something.
Yeah.
So
if you think in 7 game weeks you picked up 75 points on me with 11 to go. I know you said you used a lot of chips, but if you can replicate that, you're not going to be too far away.
With that in mind, let's have a look at how we're shaping up for this game week then coming.
I haven't done anything yet, so do you want to do yours first?
Do yours first, just because I'll have to share my screen, so I'll get mine sorted while we look at yours.
So at the moment it's the same as it was. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles, but my problems lie with I can build a team, but 4 doubles is probably about the average. I want to probably boost that up. Burnley fixtures go downhill now, so I really need to get Tarkovsky Veghorst out. Like we said, Bowen, I'm not too sure about, and also Pogba's got City, Liverpool, and Spurs in the next three. So the ones that I'm looking at taking out are any of Veghorst, Bowen. Mopai's got a double coming up, so I'm leaving him right on the bench for now. De Gea, but it's not a priority. Pogba, and yeah, Tarkowski. So yeah, just looking at the fixtures for this week, the doubles are Southampton, home to Newcastle, and away to Villa. So I've got two, but I could potentially put Broha in as well.
Don't you think that don't you think I was looking at this? I don't actually. I brought in Jimenez, but don't you think a Wolves defender is tempting just because Watford at home and Palace at home? You'd expect them to get at least one clean sheet in those games.
This is it, man. I've got so many conundrums because I've got Dennis who's on a double. It's like, do I and Foster? It's like, well, am I just setting myself up for failure if I bring some Wolves players in as well? So it's all count. I've got fixture problems basically. Like all my players playing each other over the next few weeks. But yeah, if you haven't got a Wolves defender, then I would say you want to bring at least one in. I'd say that Ait Nori is probably the one because he's 4.3 and he's on corners. So I'd say he's the one for Wolves. But Jimenez should be a good shout. Although Watford has been conceding less since Hodgson went in, which is no surprise.
Yeah.
Palace have got goals in them, so I would think this is probably the more likely clean sheet. But also they could even get a clean sheet against Palace, depending on what Palace turn out. They're a bit funny.
Yeah. Just looking at your team. Yeah, no, I was going to say, just looking at your team, do you think that if you were going to make another transfer, so you haven't taken any minus points yet, have you?
I haven't done anything at all, but I'm going to be making at least a -4, but it's just working out which one.
Yeah, so I've taken a -4 at the moment, but yeah, I mean, you must be tempted to take Pogba and Tarkowski. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So the reason I've set my team up like this is these are the ones that I'm thinking about replacing, and the players that I bring in will be starting. Unfortunately, Walker Peters went off last night after about 55 minutes, which I was expecting because he's due a rest. But then I read today that he's got a slight hamstring issue, which is annoying as fuck because obviously he's got a double. And I could have had Livramento or that Perot. He scored a banger last night. You see that? The left back.
No, but I heard, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to keep him in, but yeah, my issue basically is, like we said, the doubles. Chelsea's just been added as a double, and they've got Burnley and Norwich, so two prime fixtures. Okay, they're both away, and Chelsea. The problem with Chelsea, like we said, is you don't know who's going to play. Even in defence, it's a bit dodgy.
Yeah, I mean, Reece James did come on last night, didn't he? He came on, but does that mean the chances of him starting both when he's just come back from a long-term injury are slim? Probably.
Yeah, because I saw an interview of Tuchel. He was saying before the Luton game about he's worried about overloading players, so his plan was to bring Reece James on just for a little bit in the League Cup final, but he ended up playing like 20 minutes normal time plus extra time. So that's why he didn't start last night. Then he came on for like 15 minutes last night. So I'm sure that he will start at least one of these games, and he would be the one that I'd want. But he's 6.2, and you could have Thiago Silva, for example, or Alonso at 5.6. I think they're probably more likely to start both games. But obviously, if Reece James, we know that he can, bag a goal and an assist as well as a clean sheet. So it's like how risky do you want to play it?
That's the thing. I suppose if you're thinking long term as well, Chelsea got a lot of good fixtures coming up, and long term, I think Reece James is going to be the one. And I think also if you can get him in early, I imagine that over the next few weeks he's going to start being picked by a lot of people. So you could beat, 6.2. I know it's expensive, but he could easily go up to 6.5 in the next few weeks. I think. I think as soon as people start realizing he's playing again, because they might, some people might not have seen that he came on last night as well. The Chelsea one just getting added I suppose it's, in one way it's a bit annoying because I'd already made transfers and I didn't consider that. But in another way, like you say, they are hard to pick out anyway, unless you're going to go for like a Lukaku or like you were suggesting, Jorginho, who is obviously quite a guaranteed starter. But They are difficult, but those two fixtures are so prime that
I know.
like, I suppose if you go for Reece James, this is what I'm thinking. If I go for Reece James, he's more than likely to start at least one of those games.
Yeah.
And
You look at
then
some of these balls like 18, 21. He does. If he bangs, he bangs.
Yeah, and their fixtures as well. Like we were saying, I think we were saying last week, but they are prime for a little while now. Yeah,
No game in game week 30, but we'll come on to that because that's the FA Cup week where there's only 4 fixtures. So that is going to be. Have you got any free hits?
Those fixtures might increase though, right?
Nah.
No, because Tottenham got knocked out, for example. Are they in it yet?
This is it now. This is game week 30 now.
There's five.
Yeah, but if Everton beat Bournemouth tonight, then there's only 4.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't have any Watford or Everton. So just looking at that. So at the moment I've got Saka, Maddison, Thomas, who I don't think will be starting anymore by the time that week comes around. Son, Bowen. That's it. So I've got 5 at the moment.
I've got.
And Jimenez. Did I say Jimenez? 6. 6. Yeah.
I've got 3, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to free hit that week.
So if I start bringing in people from next week who are in this game week, I should be all right.
What you want to do as well, game week 29, you've got another double. So the teams that are doubling in 29, which also playing 30, are Arsenal, Leicester, Spurs. That's it, I think.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Leicester, Spurs. Yeah. So they're the ones we want to concentrate on, really.
Yeah. So
this week Arsenal got Watford as well, so it's probably a good time to start getting the Arsenal players in. Although one of the doubles for Arsenal is Liverpool. Spurs have got Everton, so it's good to bring them in as well. And who do we say the other one was? Watford. Maybe not so much. So Spurs and Arsenal are probably the ones.
Yeah, and Leicester. I think if I can I want to get Vards in anyway, and then Thomas. Yeah, it's annoying about Thomas because I just can't rely on him playing. I don't think. But I think it might be one of those. Well, it's a tricky one, right? Because if I end up with like 8 players, it's not a disaster. But then, like you say, a lot of people are going to play their free hit and have a full 11 and probably a good 11. So,
well, you say I mean they will have a good 11, but you're basically picking it like an actor in the sense you'll be saying, right, do I think Spurs are going to beat West Ham? I'm going to put in 3 Spurs. But then obviously if West Ham score, then that's out the window. So it is tricky to work out. I mean, Leicester against Brentford, you surely got to be thinking if you've got 3 hit, you're going to be bringing in 3 Leicester for that. Because they're going to have doubles, like we said, coming up soon. So they'd be the one. But I reckon, people that haven't got 3 hit will just be aiming for like 7 or 8 players.
7 to 9 players, something like that. Yeah. And the fact that that double the week before, that because you can either go big on the double or go big on this. You know, exactly. If you've got a hit and a wild card, you can go big on both. But in our case, it's sort of like we need to sort of pick up. Yeah. That's tricky.
On Chelsea, you got to think against Norwich and Burnley. That's prime for like a double clean sheet. So I think a Chelsea defender's crucial. Or if you've got a shit keeper like Mendy, will be all right. But then midfield and attacks, like Lukaku's just too expensive. Unless you're really playing catch up, you could risk potentially like triple captain and hope he hits some form. Although I just see Vernon scored and assisted to that, right? So maybe he could be an option at 8.6. But I'm tending to lean towards Jorginho just because he's on penalties and he's cheap and he'll play.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, I mean, it could backfire, but
it's not. It's not a bad shout. I think with Lukaku, if you've already got Ronaldo or Kane, then it's a bit easier to make that transition. But now I've now got a very cheap free strikers, so it's going to be hard for me to because I want to get Salah in from next week, so it's going to be hard. to go back to an expensive striker in a short space of time.
Yeah.
And anyway, I want Vards anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that basically.
Yeah, it's very tricky, man. And then, like we said, United have got bad fixtures, so you probably want to start getting them out. So yeah, Spurs have got Everton this week. Then they've got a double against United and Brighton, and then obviously they play West Ham. So fixture-wise, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but at least they have got 4 fixtures over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And same for Arsenal, 4 fixtures over 3 weeks. Again, a mixed bag of fixtures. So, like, because one of Arsenal's is Liverpool, so it's like, are we going to get battered? Do you want to bring in an Arsenal defender just for them to get piped?
Yeah.
It's so tricky. So yeah, I think what I'll probably end up doing is, because there's now a doubt, I'm going to have to take Tarkovsky out. So I think that'll be a straight swap for James. Then I'll have to save some money, so I think it'll probably be Pogba out and just play. I'll probably play 5 at the back, hoping that Wolf Peters plays. If he doesn't, so yeah, 4 in midfield, and then Dennis up front on his own. So he's got a double bench these 2, and either Pogba or Bowen, I guess. Bowen against Liverpool or Pogba against City. I might end up doing a -8 and just start prepping, maybe try and get Son in or Kulusevski. I haven't got the funds because I've got De Bruyne. I haven't got the funds to get Son or Kane, so I might have to look at Kulusevski or Mora or someone like that.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
All right, let's just bring up mine quickly.
Yeah.
The
other thing we've seen is that Alex Aguero is injured, so there's more chances of him playing. As long as he plays, if he starts, it's 60 minutes, isn't it, for a clean sheet?
Yeah.
So hopefully he can get away with that.
Yeah, should reach that. Cool. I got mine up. So at the moment, I've taken a -4. Taken a -4, and I've ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles at the moment.
Yeah. So Max Mann was my shout. Sorry, to instead of Weghorst, which I'm debating. Just need to learn about his injuries. I think he's back, but
yeah, from what I did do a little bit of research, and from what I was reading, it sounded promising. But they could just be chatting shit because they want the opposition to think that he's playing, even if he's not.
He's such a crucial part of their tactic.
Yeah,
that would definitely be one that you would be blagging.
I think he did it last week. How blagged it last week made it seem like he was going to play when actually I don't think he was anywhere near. But like I say, from what I see, it looks likely. Matt saying the same, that he's very tempted by ASM.
Oh yeah, Matt, while we're here, when I said in our chat, I've got someone lined up, and you were like, I've got the same guy. Who are you thinking? Because mine was Willock, but I've completely gone against that idea now. But Newcastle have got a double, so he is cheap, and he's on a bit of form at the moment. So
I have considered Willock. I took a little look. He has picked up form a little bit recently, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't fancy it. I was kind of lucky that I already had Dubravka on the bench.
Yeah,
so he's come in for De Gea. All my strike force have doubles, which on the basis of this season, it doesn't guarantee anything. But I think Broja, Jimenez, and Saint Maximin with those fixtures are pretty good.
Is it the same? You've got two Southampton and Newcastle attacker against the Southampton and Newcastle.
I did think that. Yeah, it's a similar situation to that one I had last week. Yeah, so there is a limit there to how well that can do. Matt saying he was thinking of Kulusevski or Joe Linton.
Okay.
Joe Linton, it's just that he's a striker on here, but he's playing centre mid, so I don't know about that one. Because if you're going to put a striker from Newcastle, surely you just take the risk with ASM. Kulusevski, I mean, yeah, he's starting and he looks quite good, but they don't have a double. They've just got Everton at home.
I noticed as well that Conte's played the same team 3 or 4 games in a row. Kulusevski, Kane, and Son. So one of them's getting dropped at some point. Whether that's this week, I don't know. They've got Everton, so at home, you think could be a chance to mix it up.
Yeah.
I think he was putting all his eggs in the FA Cup basket because obviously he's there to win a trophy, so he had to play his best team. And yeah, he lost to Middlesbrough, so yeah, that's quite
funny. Yeah. And like, I think I'm going to risk him as captain. I was giving this some thought last night, but I can't really see an alternative. I think because I would maybe go St. Maximin, but because he's not 100% guaranteed to start, I can't. Yeah, and those 2 home fixtures for Jimenez, you'd hope that he, even if he just scores, starts in both and gets 1 goal, it's still going to be not a decent captain.
One goal for him as well might be enough for bonus. So
yeah, because they don't score many. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment I've got Ward-Prowse captain, but I have got just when you don't captain Salah, it's just always dangerous. I know they got West Ham.
Yeah, I still don't have any Liverpool players, and I'm gonna put 2 in from the next week. Next week's their double, isn't it? So I've got the money to bring Salah in for Son, and if I wanted to stay cheap, I could go for Matip, or I can try and get in a Robertson or a Trent or something.
But the problem is that Liverpool are blanking that game week 30, so you'd be bringing them in for a double, but then by taking Son out, you're taking one less player out for that game week, so it's even more of a head start.
Yeah, that's true. And Spurs have a game that week, don't they? We established. So do I just, or do I just risk it for a biscuit? Everyone's got Salah, everyone's got Liverpool players, and like just.
I think so.
There's not long left at this point, so it's like, I'm only going to make progress with differentials. Having Salah is just going to cover me against other people. What is there any point in doing that anymore?
Yeah. I think as long as you've got a decent captain for that blank game week where you've only got 4 fixtures, as long as that player does well, then the rest, the fact that you have 5 or 6 or even more not playing, hopefully won't mean too much. I mean, I've got the free hit, so I could use it that week, but then I'm thinking I might still need it later on because I think there's still more doubles to come. I think I have to evaluate everyone's teams around me, do proper research, and see what chips they got left to see how bad I'm going to be screwed by that.
Matt saying you're the oracle. You have a very good. You do help me out actually because you do definitely give me a heads up of what's to come and make me think about it a bit more. But yeah, because what I could do is just already start bringing in Vards and maybe like an Arsenal defender or Ramsdale and start to shape up for that week instead. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it.
Yeah.
Well, I think for this week for a -4 looks all right, and then the other, if I could take a -8 and take Shaw out for Reece James is what I was thinking, or just a Chelsea defender.
I think that's probably a good move. I think they'll cover that extra -4.
If I was to do that, who would I bench? I was thinking I'd probably bench Laporte and just go for one City defender.
Yeah, it's tricky that one, isn't it?
I was thinking about this yesterday. I think it would have to be Laporte and then but then I swear, was it earlier in the season when Man City played United and they absolutely fucking dominated?
They did, yeah.
And they're at home, so.
And just to throw something else into the mix, I don't even know how you work this out. You probably completely over the top, but you've got Champions League in midweek thrown in, so there's some teams that have got crazy fixtures, like Spurs. They're still in that Conference League. You boys, you're still in. Any teams in Europe, they've got mad fixture congestion coming up, so there's going to be a lot of switching between. So yeah, it might be best to concentrate on the teams that aren't in Europe. So Arsenal, we're playing the same 11 every week. That's probably less risky.
Yeah. Although the other option would be to bench Saka away to Watford, I guess, for this week if I did bring in James and play.
I've got a feeling that it might not be a bad shout. Saka hasn't looked great the last couple of weeks, and Pepe did all right when he came on. So I think Pepe will get a start, whether it's this week or the double. I don't know, but I think Saka's minutes could be cut down a little bit.
Yeah. And I suppose with the Reece James, like I say, it is a definite long-termer because their fixtures are so strong. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna, and like Shaw's days are done. I think I might. Yeah, -8 is more than I would like, but
I think at the moment -4 is the average. Like, whereas like you're not going to get many teams that are going to be able to just get away with not doing any transfers. So I think it's not too bad. But I
yeah,
probably need to cut down from my -12 to -8. To, yeah, any more than -8, it's an uphill battle straight away, and especially if the other your like rivals have captained the same player and the rest of the
yeah.
team is quite similar.
It is getting a bit towards go big or go home time now, though. So I think
Yeah,
it's just like if you're thinking about it, just do it, because
yeah,
what's the point? You know, it's time is running out now.
yeah.
So yeah,
It's more interesting now though, because remember, like before January, like everyone had the same team, and now
massively.
everyone's teams are completely different.
Yeah,
So
massively.
I
That
think whoever makes the right choices in this stage of the season is going to be the one that comes out on top.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, massively, and like just me not having any Liverpool players, it's going to go one of two ways. If West Ham, I'm hoping West Ham can, make it a close-ish game, limit the amount of goals Liverpool are going to score, and I can really benefit from that. But it's hard. Matt's saying he's got some serious thinking to do. I have to put these shelves up. Glad we're keeping you company while you're putting shelves up, anyway, mate. Yeah, gonna have to
I
make
mean,
this.
yeah, Liverpool's fixtures aren't that great. I mean, home to West, like considering they've got Champions League and FA Cup thrown in between. West Ham not easy. Arsenal away, we're good. I know we get back by the wrong time, but we are home. That'll be a crazy game. Then
Yeah.
a blank. Then City. Although those games do tend to be high score, and then it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, maybe 3 Liverpool for me is a little bit over the top at the moment. You can probably get away with just having Salah.
Yeah, yeah. But Matt is right. That having that week of doubles next, followed by that FA Cup week, it's fucking hard to know what to do. There's a lot. I'm gonna have to seriously think about it before next week's show.
Is there Friday games? No Friday games. So we've got a bit of time to have a look at a few press conferences and see what the injuries are saying as well. So
Yeah.
I think I'll probably do my team late Friday night or early Saturday.
I won't bring up your last comment, Matt, but your last comment of the night. But whatever you do in your own time, mate, that's completely up to you. Like there's no judge. We're not judgmental on this show. You do what you want, mate. Just easily that. All right. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Good luck in the pool tonight, Davis. Smash your dad. Show him who's boss. Yeah. Good luck to everyone on fantasy, and I'm going to enjoy some darts. So I'll catch you all in a bit.
Yeah. Take it easy, lad.